Hello.
Hi.
So nice to see you.
Nice to
Although
see you as well.
it's always nice to see you too in Carlsbad. Appreciate
Yes,
you
nice
coming
to go
in.
there. I love it. I love it there.
I know. It's so great working with
Yeah,
flowers.
yeah.
Um, so tell me a little bit about Simply Put.
All righty. So simply put, is I design for events. So depending on the event is depending on what kind of design you get. I get to use my artistic creativity. I do all sorts of things according to what the client desires. So I just come in and I design for events.
Nice. But
Yeah.
you haven't done this for a long time. It's fairly new, right?
It is. My business is 2 years old. I do have a lot of experience, just personal, doing family events, my own child's events, birthday parties, etc. But business-wise, 2 years old. Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
Um, what do you draw your inspiration from?
Well, because I get to be creative, I get to draw my inspiration from many things, from the client and what they want, what they see. That really inspires me. But I can be out walking on the beach, see a boat, and just look at the size of the boat, the color, the different shapes, and I gather inspiration from that. I could walk in Balboa Park and walk through the flowers, and I get inspired by that. So many things give me inspiration, but definitely I'm inspired by what the client is believing and seeing what they want for their event. So yeah.
Nice. Um, so as an African American female business owner, what do you think is or was your biggest hurdle to overcome?
Um, Biggest hurdle is just finding designers that look like me and just making sure that I find someone it, that I can pull from who may understand any struggles that I'm having that can relate to me. As a woman, I can turn to another woman and talk to them about some things I'm finding in the business that I might need help with. But it's always just an um, uh, ex, extra, I guess, positive note to find anyone in any field who looks like you, who can help you pull the best out of you and inspire you and answer questions and can relate to you. So I think the biggest hurdle is just finding those that I connect with that look like me. Fortunately, in this field, I found people who do look like me and who are a huge inspiration to me. So yeah, so that's
Like,
been the biggest hurdle. Like Sean Strong, yes, he's awesome. He's awesome. You guys use him as well. You guys, he's done some video and he uses Mash for things, so he's awesome.
yeah, he's our
Um, he
design star.
he
And
is. He is a design
definitely
star. Yes.
one of the
And
biggest
the thing
inspirations.
about him, even on his platform, I can call him at any time. I can DM him, and he always responds. He's very personable
Mhm.
and definitely an inspiration for me. Yeah.
Nice. Um, how do you think we can encourage more Black people to join the floral industry? How do you think we should do that? Or where does it start?
Well, I think as you know, and other people may know, I'm also a high school counselor. And so, one thing pulling uh, in this industry is the same thing I think in that industry, which is having people who look like you to help inspire you, to show you that we too do this, so you too could do this. So having people to presenting individuals who look like what the world is, then I think you'll pull in new people to want to join. So example, if I am presented, then a young African American, whether it be female or male, may decide, you know what, I can do that. You do this, I can do this too. So just having people who look like the world looks is a start. Yeah.
Nice. With COVID,
Mm-hmm.
how did you adapt in your business? Because essentially, weddings and events were, shut down. So what did you do in that time or are doing in this time?
Yeah. Well, one thing I think is great to have a positive attitude, especially about things you can't change. So I decided to focus on not only the positive part, but what is it I can do to improve myself during this time. So for me, I just start looking at things, just YouTubing things, and then gathering things that I could just start creating and what I can do to improve myself. So getting more flowers when I could to make better arrangements and different things just to keep my creative juices flowing. So I also did look at this as a resting time. I think no matter what you're doing, you do need to rest. And I think that produces a better you. So once I got some rest, I think I'm a better me. During this time, I did create a COVID style wedding, which was awesome.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I was able to build an arch with a floral arch in the middle of a street for a couple, and they got married. It was pretty awesome because all the neighbors came out. Everyone kept their distance. They came out taking pictures, and we even had a helicopter fly by. So it was great. It was great. So just staying positive and
Yeah.
recharging. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely turning negatives into positives.
Yeah.
But I cannot wait to see that on Instagram. That's
Yeah.
gonna be a good
It'll be
event.
there. It'll be
Yeah,
there.
good. So, moving forward, what do you think are tangible ways to bring um, more diversity and inclusion to our field?
Well, I think what you're doing right now is awesome. Awesome. So making sure you present designers again that not just African American, but African American I could speak to. But as long as you're bringing African Americans designers, because there are many of us, we're just scattered in different areas and different places. So as long as you're bringing us to the table and presenting us, I think you'll gather the audience that looks like us.
Well, I continue to do that. I will.
Yes,
Uh,
yes.
Felicia, thank you so much for doing this. I think it's an important message, and the more that we show people, I think the positive the response, and the more we can celebrate Black women and men in the
Yes,
floral
yes,
industry.
yes, for sure. And I appreciate the platform to do so. Um, and I look forward to seeing other African Americans on the stage. Yeah.
Thank you.
And thank you for having me. Yes.